Tesla CEO and Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk, recently said that he is open to the idea of buying US-based lender Silicon Valley Bank, SVB. Business Insider reports that in response to a recent tweet, Twitter owner and Tesla CEO Elon Musk said he was open to the idea of buying Silicon Valley Bank after a US regulator said it was running on deposits. The reason was the closure of the financial institution. Silicon Valley Bank, SVP, is a financial service company that provides a range of banking and financial solutions to technology and life science companies. It is headquartered in Santa Clara, California, and has offices worldwide. While some social media users have supported the idea, Tesla's investors have raised objections. The startup founders began withdrawing money from SVP on Thursday due to a fall in the bank's share price following the capital rising announcement on Wednesday night. The fact that the receiver is now in charge of the bank can seriously delay access to deposits. The collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank was caused by a massive run on the bank, with customers beginning to withdraw $42 billion this week. The bank was placed into Federal Deposit Insurance Court receivership on Friday after the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, the DFPI, declared bankruptcy. According to the DFPI, the bank was in good financial condition before the bank ran. Customers withdrew $42 billion, leaving the bank with a negative cash balance of $958 million. Here's a summary of what happened with the DFPI order to take control of the bank. On March 8, 2023, the bank recovered losses of approximately $1.8 billion from the sale of declared investments, U.S. Treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. Made recovery on March 8, 2023. The bank's holdings company announced it was raising capital. Despite the bank's financial condition being sound before March 9, 2023, investors and depositors began withdrawing $42 billion in deposits on March 9, 2023, affecting the bank. As of the close of business on March 9th, the bank had a negative cash balance of approximately $958 million. Despite the bank's efforts with the help of regulators to move collateral from various sources, the bank did not complete its cash letter with the Financial Reserve. The early bank deposit withdrawals have left the bank unable to pay its obligations when due, and it is now insolvent. Before its collapse, the Silicon Valley Bank was the 16th largest bank by assets in the U.S. Federal Reserve data, which showed it had $209 billion in assets as of December 31, 2022. Min Liang Tan, co-founder and CEO of Razer, a company that sells gaming computers and peripherals, tweeted, "I think Twitter should buy SVP and become a digital bank." Musk replied, "I'm open to the idea." One Twitter user supported the idea, stating, "What an opportunity." But another Twitter user and Tesla investor named Sanjay, whose Twitter profile described him as a Tesla customer and investor, Bullock and Elon fan, added, "And sell $20 billion worth of Tesla stocks. No thank you." Tesla's share price was negatively affected last year by Musk's series of Tesla stock sales to pay for Twitter purchases. They sold $8.5 billion in April, $6.9 billion in August, and $3.95 billion in November, and $3.6 billion in December for nearly $23 billion in sales. To be sure, while Musk tweeted that he was willing to consider the purchase of Silicon Valley Bank, no further information was provided. One Twitter user backed Elon Musk's idea, saying, "What an opportunity." But another called Sanjay responded, "And sell another $20 billion worth of Tesla stocks? No thanks." Sanjay's Twitter profile described him as a Tesla customer and investor, Bull and Elon fan. The insider couldn't verify whether the user was a shareholder or the size of his holdings. Musk made a series of Tesla stock sales last year to help finance his Twitter acquisition, helping to depress the share price. The CEO sold stocks worth $8.5 billion in April, $6.9 billion in August, $3.95 billion in November, and $3.6 billion in December, totaling almost $23 billion. U.S. regulators shut Silicon Valley Bank down on Friday following a run on deposits, insider Sindhu Sundar explained. Startup founders moved to withdraw funds on Thursday, rattled by the bank's falling stock price, followed by a capital raising announced Wednesday night. The bank is now being handled by receivers, potentially delaying access to deposits for a considerable time. Some hope a buyer will come forward this weekend to avoid such a scenario. Musk and Sanjay waited to respond to requests for comment from Insider, made outside regular working hours. Twitter and Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted that he's open to rescuing the crisis-hit Silicon Valley Bank and even using Twitter as a digital bank. The sudden collapse of Silicon Valley Bank has sent financial markets into a frenzy. As experts warn, it may not be a one-off, and brace for the next domino to fall. Musk, one of the world's wealthiest men who bought Twitter for $44 billion last year, responded to a Twitter user asking if Twitter should buy SVP and become a digital bank. The chief twit, who often replies to questions involving current events, wrote, "I'm open to the idea," on Friday. California regulators shuttered the bank on Friday after the run on deposit pushed into a crisis, causing the most significant U.S. bank failures since the 2008 Great Recession. Eventually, he went through with the purchase after legal threats and completed his takeover on October 27, 2022. According to CNBC, he's not completed the deal. He would have faced action in Delaware Court of Chancery. The ripple effect had already hit similar institutions, such as New York's Signature Bank, which saw its share price plummet 23% before trading was halted when the new SVP's demise came in. The share price of First Republic, the 16th largest bank in America, also crashed by 14.8%, and PacWest dropped 37.9%. University of San Diego finance professor Dan Roccato cautioned that while SVP was a niche bank, more firms will be likely facing trouble times ahead. "I don't think we're going to go back to where we were in 2008 necessarily, but things aren't getting one-offs," he told Fox News. "I suspect we'll see a few more of these things creep up." On Wednesday, the SVP Financial Group announced that it was raising $2.25 billion in a share sale and selling $21 billion worth of securities from its portfolio. The bank also said it booked a massive after-tax loss of $1.8 billion on sales of these investments. The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank was caused by a massive run on the bank, with customers initiating withdrawals of $42 billion this week. The bank was placed into Federal Deposit Insurance Corp receivership on Friday, after the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, the DFPI, determined the bank had been rendered insolvent. Before the run on the bank was in sound financial condition, according to the DFPI. Customers withdrew $42 billion, leaving the bank with a negative cash balance of $958 million. Here's the summary of what happened from the DFPI's order taking possession of the bank. On March 8, 2023, the bank announced a loss of approximately $1.8 billion from a sale of investments, U.S. Treasuries, and mortgage-backed securities. On March 8, 2023, the bank's holding company announced it was conducting a capital raise. Despite the bank being in sound financial condition before March 9, 2023, investors and depositors reacting to initial withdrawals of $42 billion in deposits from the bank on March 9, 2023, causing a run on the bank. As of the close of business on March 9th, the bank had a negative cash balance of approximately $958 million, despite attempts from the bank, with the assistance of regulators, to transfer collateral from various sources. The bank did not meet its cash letter with the Federal Reserve. The precipitous deposit withdrawal has caused the bank to be incapable of paying its obligations as they come due, and the bank is now insolvent. Before its collapse, Silicon Valley Bank was the 16th largest bank in assets in the U.S. Federal Reserve. Data shows that it had $208 billion in assets as of December 31st, 2022. Min Liang Tan, co-founder and CEO of Razer, a company that sells gaming computers and peripherals, tweeted, "I think Twitter should buy SVP and become a digital bank." Musk responded, "I'm open to the idea." One Twitter user supported the idea, stating, "What an opportunity." But another Twitter user and Tesla investor named Sanjay, whose Twitter profile described him as a Tesla customer and investor, bull and Elon fan, stated, "And sell another $20 billion worth of Tesla stock? No thanks." What do you think about Elon Musk's buying Silicon Valley Bank? Let us know in the comments. So this was it for today's video. Make sure you hit that bell icon for upcoming videos. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.